we have, I have myself, because I also signed a 200 pages agreement with this company. So yeah, of course, I can learn from myself.
Yeah,
that's cool. Then, of course, we are preparing agreements every day for our franchisors. So, yes, we have legal people in what we can also use to evaluate this agreement.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I guess I can help, and I can also use our legal people. And if I understand, we need to identify the possible risks, and we need to protect you from the possible risks.
Yes, exactly.
That's the scope of the work, what we need to do.
Yeah.
And the only thing is that do you just for me myself to understand, you can be very honest because for our lawyers we are usually paying hourly fee.
Yeah.
And I just need to understand, do you have any kind of budgets for this particular task? Because then I can understand how long I can use them, if I need to use them, and so on.
Yeah.
No, or I need to do it myself, or I can do myself and lawyers, or just lawyers, or it's options, you know.
No, well, we're definitely like planning to pay for this service. We haven't maybe put a budget for it, but I need to talk with my colleagues. But we definitely would be ready to spend a few thousand of euros to. If it's needed to to really understand it.
Okay. So, and the delivery would be the list of potential risks.
Yeah. Exactly. Identify risks and then maybe suggestions how to limit them, and and then like generally experience, like if. If there is some, well, what we're paying for is of course a lot is the exclusivity. So we want to see that no one can really interfere with this. That's.
I understand that nobody is setting regarding exclusivity, that you still.
Sorry?
That nobody is. There is no. Basically, from what you said, understood that we need to take care that nobody can take away exclusivity from you.
Exactly. So
the exclusivity always stays with you.
Yes. Yeah.
No matter what happens, exclusivity stays with you.
Yeah, exactly. Or as much, of course, I agree. They need to have some limit. If we buy this license and then we just put it in the drawers and we don't open any centers or anything for 2 years, of course they need to have the right to protect their brand. Like of course they need to be able to protect their brand. Like that, if we would do something that is not according to the brand, and or if we make some mistakes or some if we just keep fucking up, of course they need to kind of have the they need to have the right to, like, okay, this is not working, you're hurting our brand, or you're not doing anything, like then they need to. But if that's where we want to, of course, for us we need to have as flexible as possible, because we don't know what happens if with rental market, we don't know what happened with the total economy. Maybe this force majeure, you want to have some kind of condition in there that we are because that's the biggest risk for us, is that we pay this big upfront fee and then that's non-refundable, and then something along the way it doesn't go as we plan, and then we don't get enough time to come back. So that's, I think that's the biggest risk with the agreement, like that there is Yeah, so just limit the risks that they can take away the license from us.
Yeah. Okay.
One second.
Yep.
Fuck, I have I'm installed this like in the shower. This one that you can put all the shower gels and stuff on, and now it just fell down for second time. I don't know. So I just heard some big noise there, but all right. Yeah. So that's that's the I'm like myself as personality and the team. We are very of course excited and going ahead and in my mind this is just gonna go one way, but we of course now is our chance to work on the agreement. Like when it's signed and done, then that's it. So now, we're definitely interested to invest some time and money and putting ourselves in as a good position as possible.
All right. I guess my mission is clear.
Yeah. And what's your experience? What's your experience with? Or do you need to have experience with Sweden as a market, or this is in general it's same for?
That's principles in franchising. That principles. I guess you were mentioning that you will be talking with your local lawyer, and he will be maybe paying attention to such which can conflict with your local legislation.
Yeah.
To such points. We would be more looking to such general franchising principles, where we can help you, and so about risks, to paying attention to the potential risks based on our experience, based on our lawyer experience. Which can happen not only in Sweden, which can happen all over the world. That's why it's maybe not so country specific. It's more general things, principles. What we call principles, franchising principles.
Yeah.
And we would be more looking to that one, because if it goes down to Swedish legislation, then of course we can do it as well. Yeah. We have, as I said, this Swedish franchise association, and we can ask them and their lawyers to do that. But I guess this is not what you are expecting. You are more expecting to identify the risks and things.
Absolutely. So, now I have this one, but as we're expecting in today or tomorrow a new version, I think that would be. I guess then I would send it over to you, and then do we need to sign some disclosure agreement or something like this? How do you usually do it, or?
Yes, we usually do if a client feels the way that we need to sign confidential agreement. We always sign just to make client safe. No problem. We are ready to do that.
Yeah.
And I'm just thinking, do we need also this LOA? Maybe perhaps we also need this LOA.
Yeah. Sure. That one. All right.
And then we can see the whole picture.
And then if you would get the LOI agreement and master development multi-business franchise agreement, then would you be able to have a quick look and then give us kind of an estimation how much time you would need?
Yeah, can do that.
Yeah.
I will write down.
So, but then if maybe you can send me in Facebook your email, and then I'll get this over to you during maybe today or tomorrow, and then because we also would like to have this dealt with, like not that it's stress, but that it's as soon as possible, because we're going here end of October. We're going to US for our education, franchise training and education. So then we're gonna meet the owners and everything. So like ideally we would have kind of send things back and forward before that, but then that's also a good chance when we meet them.
What was it this month?
Sorry?
Did you say end of this month?
Yes.
Okay.
So ideally we would like to be able to discuss anything when we meet them there. That's I always like to meet people in person.
Okay.
And then just to be curious, what more could you help with in the future? Like we're actually not gonna focus so much on the franchise for maybe in first 3 years. Like we're gonna develop our own centers. But what else could we? What else are you helping with? Like you said, you're going and finding franchisees for.
Yeah. But this is more or less for Latvian companies, because we have very good support from EU.
Yeah.
That they can get funding if they are attending some expos, and you are going with your booth or stand.
All right.
You can get 80% back if you are not over the limit.
Okay.
Basically, the limit, what they set is 15,000 euros.
Okay.
If you are until 15,000 euros in your budget, and then you can get back 80%
Okay.
from EU.
Yeah.
That's not one what we are using a lot. And number two, that you can go to trade missions all over the world, no matter where,
Yeah.
India or US or wherever.
Yeah.
And also you can get back 80% from all the costs. If
Alright.
you go there and meet those people, for organizing those meetings, for flights to those countries and blah blah blah. So 80% you can also get back. So these are very nice conditions from EU, what we have now, and many Latvian companies are using those. And to be honest, not only Latvian companies, also, for example, Lithuanian and Estonian companies are registering new companies here in Latvia to use it.
All right.
It's a possibility.
All right.
Because in Lithuania and Estonia, they have some kind of EU funding, but it's not so easy to get. They need to promise that they will deliver results, and if they are not delivering results, they are asking back this EU funding.
All right. So
We are the only country where you don't need to promise anything. You just can go.
no requirements. Just have fun.
You just get this EU funding, and that's it, and have fun.
All right.
So that's why everybody likes to come here and register companies to use those conditions. Yeah, but we can help with that as well. And one more question: did they send you this franchise agreement? Is master franchise agreement, right?
Yes.
Okay. And did they send you also some kind of individual franchise agreement?
Yes, it's. I haven't got to that yet, but it's supposed to be in here, like that. It's also the one that we give if someone wants to be a franchisee. That
appendix,
Yeah.
appendix to the agreement. And when they will send you the new version of agreement, will they attach also the in different wording? Would you like also that we review this individual franchise agreement or just master franchise agreement?
Good question. I think